YouTubers. How's it going? As you can see in the back, we got the box. I went to the Ultra Prism Prerelease, and so yeah, like I usually do with most sets, if I go to the pre-releases, I do recaps of pulls and the deck that I played, and then, of course, we got prize packs, so yeah. So I'll go over the pulls. Technically, my pre-release kit was horrible. I didn't pull any hollows or GXs or anything, so that really sucks. So I'm really hoping on these packs to bring some luck. But we'll start it off with my pre-release promo. I got Gumshoes. Probably the worst one that I didn't want to get. I mean, okay, so technically he wasn't that bad. That attack, was pretty good. It's Identify for a double colorless, basically. And it does 20 plus 80 if your opponent has a Pokemon in their hand. So it tells you that they have to reveal their hand. And if they have a Pokemon, it basically does 100. So that was a pretty good thing. I actually lost my last match to a Gumshoes because, when I get to my deck, I had a Final Evolution in my hand, so they kept basically hitting me for 100 because I couldn't get rid of it. And then Whap Down for 3 colorless for 70. Most people didn't use that. They mainly ran the Identify one. So yeah, that's my promo. Reverses, I guess, that I got a Cosmoem, which finally, he is an uncommon. He should never have been a rare in Sun and Moon base. That was pretty dumb. And then I got the new energy, unit energy. I think there's 2 versions. So this one's, you attach it, it counts for 1 energy, but it gives you water, grass, and fire. So depending on what Pokemon you're running. So not too bad for that. Then I got 2 reverse rares. One being Shiinotic, with, hold on, let me take it out of the sleeve real quick. So it has Illuminate, which says, its ability is Illuminate, which says, hold on. Once during your turn, before your attack, you may search your deck for a fairy Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So it's kind of like the Sun and Moon Shiinotic, except instead of grass Pokemon, it looks for fairy Pokemon. So, I don't know if people will run that in fairy decks, if people still play fairy decks, moving after the set. And then Flickering Spores for 30, for fairy and a colorless. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. So yeah, there's one of the reverse rares that I pulled, and then I pulled Garchomp. So for double colorless, it has Quick Dive. This attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weakness or resistance. And then Royal Blades does 100 damage plus 100 more if you use Cynthia this turn that you attack. So Cynthia could be a pretty good deck with that. So yeah. And then, for giggles, we got 2 Shaman, and Tapu Lele. If only they were as good as the EX and the GXs back in the day. So now we'll go to my deck. I don't have them in here, because we had to return the energies. But I ran 8 water and 6 electric. So the main hitter of this deck was Empoleon. So we had one of these Piplups. That's a Winky Face Piplup with Peck and Water Splash. And then we have 2 of these, which its attack is Splatter for 1 energy, and you could basically put 20 damage on any of your opponent's active, or any of their on any one of their Pokemon. So it could be the active, it could be the bench. So we had 3 of those. We had two Primpleps with Bubble Beam for 1 energy, 20 damage. If heads, your opponent's Pokemon is paralyzed. I only used that attack 1 time, the Bubble Beam, and I actually hit for the paralyzed, which helped me stall. Then Wave Splash for 40. I never really used that. The main one that you wanted to attack with, I put 3 of them, even though I had only 2 Primpleps, just so I could make sure I got one in my hand, was Empoleon. Its first attack, Total Command, does 20 times the number of bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent. So basically, you could hit for 200 damage if both of you have full benches. And so I basically tried to load up my bench most of the time so I could hit for a lot of damage. I mainly was using that attack to attack my opponents, but I did use Whirlpool, which is 2 water and a colorless for 90, and it would discard 1 energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. My first match actually played this guy was playing Pheromosa, and so I used Whirlpool so I could try to keep getting his energies down so that he wouldn't be able to do the GX attack to me. And actually won that game, so yeah. So we have the 3 Empoleon, so that was the main hitter. But I threw some other cards because I thought I could use them. So I threw in a 2-2 line of Electabuzz and Electivire. Electabuzz, nothing special. Low kick for 30 and Thunder for 90, and it does 30 to itself. But the main reason I wanted to do this was the Electivire because of the Steel Short for 3 energies, an electric and a double colorless. Does 60 damage, and if your opponent's active Pokemon is a metal Pokemon, it's automatically paralyzed. And because this set was really heavy on steel Pokemon, I thought I would use this more often. And the only match that I did face steel Pokemon, I wasn't able to actually get him out, and so yeah, it pretty much backfired. Then Thunder Knuckle for 4 energies for 130 damage. I never really got to do that, so that was another line. I threw these in because, I never got to use it because I don't think there was any cards that did a bunch of spread damage everywhere. Except for maybe the Piplup. I'm not sure if, or no, the Garchomp does the 50 spread. Well, I never got to use it, but I played a 1-1 line of Drifloon and Drifblim. Mainly for Drifblim's first attack. Damage Transport, it says move for damage counters from each of your Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. So basically, if they kept spread damaging everywhere, I could have used this attack for 2 energies and removed 4 damage counters from each of my Pokemon till they're active. So I thought about it since it was a colorless attack, but I never really got to use it. So yeah, I thought it was a good idea, but I never got to actually use it in play. Now back to my pre-release promo. I didn't actually play the promo, so I only played a 2-1 line of Young Goose and Gumshoes. I could have played 2-2, but I didn't want to. I never really played with the pre-release promo, so yeah. So Young Goose, its first attack, it just lets you look at your opponent's hand. The second attack takedown's nothing too big. Like I said, the Identify, it's pretty good. To do 100 damage for 2 energies is pretty crazy. And because it's a pre-release, most people are going to play heavy on Pokemon because you don't want to just keep drawing like items or energies or something. You want to actually have Pokemon to play so you don't lose from not having anything on your bench or anything. So I mean, this really came in handy. Plus, like I said, my last game that I lost was because I had this Empoleon in my hand and I couldn't evolve anything. So I just had it in my hands, and my opponent kept hitting me for Identify for 100 because I had this one Empoleon that I couldn't get rid of in my hand. So that pretty much, like, it was pretty good for a pre-release for that one. Now we're getting to the item cards. I really didn't play that much because I didn't have that many. But I played one Nest Ball that came in my pre-release kit, a Great Ball that also came in the kit, Timer Ball that came in the kit, and then I pulled one item that I used, which was Escape Board. It's a new item. It says the retreat cost of the Pokemon this attached to you is 1 colorless less, and it can retreat even if it's asleep or paralyzed. So yeah. I didn't really ever use it. I attached it to a Empoleon one time, but that was about it. But I never really actually played that card. Okay, supporters. I played one Sophocles, which came in my pre-release kit. Actually used it one time, so yeah. We got Kukui, always good to draw cards. I had 2 Volkners. He's a new supporter. Technically, he's a return supporter since he was in the Diamond or Pearl set, I think. I'm not sure if it was the same of a card text of what it did, but this one says, search your deck for an item card and an electric energy, reveal them and put them into your hand, and shuffle your deck. I actually used this a couple times. Since, like, Empoleon needed a water and a colorless, sometimes I would have the water on him, and I would Volkner for an electric energy and attach it so I could use the total command. And then, like, for this, I would usually try to get one of these item cards. I mean, I used it one time for a Timer Ball and a Great Ball, I think. So, yeah. I mean, just basically to help you draw energy, basically, I used it as. And then we had 2 of the Pokemon fan clubs. This card was like in Flash Fire, I believe, so it came back. Search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So yeah, so that was basically my deck that I played. Like I said, I used 8 water and 6 electric energies also. So yeah, that was it. I went 1 and 2. The second game I came really close. He only beat me by 1 prize card. And then my last game, I believe we were pretty close too, because I had him early on, and then he got the gumshoes out, and then basically turned the game around and ended up winning. So I was really close. I could have been 3-0, but just either having a dead hand or having bad draws is what killed me in that. So yeah, we got 3 packs that we're gonna open up. 2 Silvergaleos and a Lunala. So we're gonna start out with this one. Let's see. There's the code card for you guys. These should be active like February 3rd or something when the set releases. 4 to the front. We got a Darkness Energy to start it off. We got a Magneton, a Rangaroo. Its first attack is put 3 cards from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck in any order. with the Looker card that came out that lets you draw 3 cards from the bottom of your deck, this might be actually a good thing, but I mean, you're using an attack to do it, so I'm not sure. Maybe people won't actually do it, but it could be an idea. We got another Drifblim. We got Alolan Vulpix. That artwork is pretty awesome. Got that Vulpix jumping. That one, like, laying down, or he jumped off of him, and then the other one just laying on his side. With Roar, a free attack, so switch your active Pokemon, their active Pokemon with one of their bench. And then, Icy Snow. Got Bronzong. Dewpider. Got Piplup again, Winking Piplup, Skorupi, Electabuzz Reverse, and Obama Snow with Blessings of the Frost ability. Let's see what that is. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may attach a water energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. Doesn't sound too good. Next pack, Lunala, or Dawnwings Necrozma, or something like that. I beat the game, but I never really took time to learn what their names were. Another code. 4 to the front. And we have a water energy. Unit energy. This is the other one, so counts for 1 energy, but you could count it as metal, electric, or psychic. Whereas the other one was water, fire, and grass. We got Rotom. With Rotom Motor, if you have 9 or more Pokemon Tool cards in your discard pile, ignore all energies and the attack cost of each of this Pokemon's attacks, which he only has 1, so I don't know why they would say attacks in it. So basically, if you have 9 tools in your discard, you could do 120 damage for free, but you can't use it the next turn. You got another Drifblim, Bronzor, Gibble, with the rock hiding ability. This Pokemon has any fighting energy attached to it, has no retreat cost. We got Roselia, Chimchar, oh yeah. Come on, can we get a Turtwig? Got Murkrow, Hippowdon. Wait, this was a reverse. I couldn't tell because it's so dark. So Hippowdons are regular rare. Final pack. Can we get something? If not, I totally got shut out this whole pre-release then, polls-wise. There's a code card for you guys. 4 to the front. Got a water energy. Looker Whistle. This card says, search your deck for up to 2 cards named Looker, reveal them, and put them in your hand. Then shuffle your deck. We got Floatzel. Ooh, we got the new art of Lily. I like that one. We got Magnemite with, hold on. With Solid Unit. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks, both yours and your opponent's. We got Snover, Glameow. Hold on, let me refocus. There we go. Got like a Dedenne toy right there. We got Drifloon, Morlul, Alolan Sandshrew, and Rotom. Which I guess Again, this card, the Rotom Motor, lets you use the attack for free, so 60 damage, and discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So, that was all the packs. I didn't get any holo rare pulls. That really sucks. But, I mean, that Lily's pretty awesome. Anyways, I mean, you win some, you lose some. So hopefully that means if I open up some packs, you're going to get some good luck now. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe. Really do appreciate it. This is Gengar Prime. Till next time.